Hi, friends. The big news that's happening here this week, of course, is the impeachment of our former president, Donald J. Trump. In fact, this is the second impeachment, quite historic. Um, I have been watching the House impeachment managers do an absolutely breathtaking job of presenting their case, and it has been emotional. I have cried my way through many, many of the presentations. And I mean, how can you not? Watching police being tortured, brutalized, our Capitol being vandalized, desecrated. It's just unfathomable that this could happen in our democracy. So, the case that they're building, it's methodical, it's patient and meticulous, and they are building a story brick by brick. Not just what happened on the day of the insurrection, but about the long history that Trump has had, this disturbing courtship that has been brought to light, this disturbing relationship with these radical, racist, white nationalistic movements that are on the fringe of our society. And this relationship between a president and these racist white nationalists is really unprecedented. American political history has never seen anything like this. Now, there's similarities between the way the House impeachment managers are building their story. It's similar to how we as songwriters craft our stories. You establish the where, the when, the why, develop the characters. And in songwriting, sometimes truly the most powerful things, the most powerful messages that we try to get through, we actually leave unsaid. We don't declare them outright, because if we were to do that, the songs themselves would become utterly trite and simplistic. I'll give you an example. In Turn the Radio On, the line, turn the radio on and remember how we danced out in the pouring rain, right? It gives you a chance to use your imagination. What I'm literally saying is, look back into your past. Go back to a time of deep disappointment and regret. And remember, while you're in this misery, try to work through it by finding those moments of joy that lead you into a revelation of hope for the future. Now, I don't think that would be all that inspiring for me to sing to you, right? Because I am dictating what those memories are. I'm imposing my personal experience too specifically on you and not allowing you to use your imagination. So, what we don't say sometimes is even more powerful than what we do actually say. Turn the radio on. That opens a pathway for you to take an adventure through your own memories. So, going back to the impeachment trial, Mr. Trump's statement to the crowd at the Stop the Steal rally on January 6th, where publicly stated, recorded, we've all seen it. He told the crowd once again the election had been stolen, which we know is not true, and that Mike Pence, then Vice President Pence, somehow had the ability to change the outcome, which he did not. It is not within the Constitution that the Vice President has that power. And then he told the crowd to go to the Capitol and fight like hell. And the rioters heard the message loud and clear. They got the wink wink, you guys know what I mean. I don't need to tell you how to put one foot in front of the other and walk down Pennsylvania Avenue, and how to hold your flags, and how to bust through the windows, and how to torture police. I know you know how to do that because you showed me. You showed me you're capable of this violence over the last 4 years. So I know I can count on you. I even told you, stand by. Stand by. More is to come. So these protesters, which became rioters, these rioters knew exactly what their commander-in-chief was saying to them. He was saying, do whatever it takes to keep me in power. Go. Do it. He knew that they were armed and he knew that they were dangerous. And the House impeachment managers have clearly proven that Trump absolutely knew that these were dangerous insurrectionists. And now I'll go back to the words that weren't said, because I think this is what Trump's defense lawyers will be focusing on today. They will try and use the excuse that Trump didn't literally mean for them to sack the Capitol. No, he was exercising his First Amendment rights, freedom of speech. My friends, the words that he didn't say for the first 2 hours, when there was the greatest threat, not only to our officials, but to Capitol Police, congressional staff, all the people that were there exercising their constitutional responsibilities to certify the electoral vote. All of those people were put in danger. For 2 hours, there was not one word from the commander-in-chief condemning the violence. Not one tweet. For a man who tweets on average 130 times a day, there was not one word to his supporters to end the siege. What does that tell you? They were begging, people within the Capitol were calling him, begging for help. They believed that their lives were in danger. Many believed they were never going to see and live through the end of the day. And he did nothing, except he called one of the senators. He did. He made a call to one of the senators about a little over 2 hours into the siege, asking if there was anything that he could do to find him some votes and delay the process, just delay the counting of the votes. So it's just clear as day what his intention was. The greatest proof of it is in the words he didn't say. It was I think 3 hours later, when he said in a video, in a very awkward pre-recorded video, where he told the rioters, "Go home. We love you. You're very special." What is he not saying? What he's not saying is that violence is not acceptable, will never be tolerated. We will not condone violence. Not in our democracy. Never said that. Never called in the National Guard, who could have been there and possibly saved lives. Folks, people died. People died there. 7 people lost their lives. And as the rioters were running through the hallway looking for traitor, as they called him, Pence, to hang him and to shoot the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, in the head, Trump's first phone call is to a senator. Hey, can you delay the vote? Not, is everyone safe? I called the National Guard. They're on their way. Nothing. This is, it's absurdly incomprehensible. So we have to ask ourselves, when are politicians' words likely to provoke others into violent action? And what is our responsibility? What does it say about our democracy? If you don't like the outcome of an election, your supporters will do whatever it takes to keep their guy in office. And if this impeachment trial, if he is not convicted, what is to stop him from doing this again? What happens when he runs for president again in 4 years and loses? Then what? So keep in mind, even with your own personal communication with your friends, your family, your colleagues, keep in mind the things that are left unsaid. Listen to those messages, and also be aware of it in your own dialogue. And realize that 55% of the communication that we have with each other is body language, not even words. So, and you can see the body language also when you watch Trump, the physicality of how he emphasizes certain words and uses his hands, his shoulders, his facial expressions. It's all there. And his people read him loud and clear. So I'm going to be more aware of how I communicate to make sure that I'm sending the message that I really intend to, and that I always put compassion and empathy before the words I choose. And I know sometimes I slow down before I commit my feelings to words, because as we've spoken about before, words are truly like weapons. Words can be dangerous, and words can be an important step in building community and building trust and respect. So just think about those missing words. So I wish you all a wonderful week. This time next week, we will know the of this impeachment, and I'm sure there will be much more to discuss in the weeks, years, and months ahead. So, wishing you all a very safe week, and I will see you here next Friday. Okay. All the best.